Hey everyone, in this video I would like to cover problem 56. So let's jump into the questions, let's read the questions, and it says if tangent pi sine pi x equals 0 for x between 0 and 10, how many real values of x are there? Right, so let's just try to write it down. We have tangent and we got pi times sine pi x, and that turns out to be 0 for x stuck between 0 and 10. Right, so having having all of these ideas, well, first for in between 0 and 10, probably because these are already bigger than just the one interval, or I would say one period of 2, well, it's just going to include all max and min. Now, we know that step number 1, I would like to say #1, saying that sine pi x, in fact, actually gets stuck in between -1 and +1, okay? Right, so if I multiply this out by pi, what do I know? Well, if I multiply this out by pi, then this will turn into pi, and at the same time, that turns into -pi. Okay, so when do we usually get tangent to be 0? Well, I would say we're going to get tangent to be 0 if and only if we have tangent k pi and equaling 0 for some integer, integer k. So it should be any multiple of pi as of an integer, like an integer multiple of pi. And if I need to find out all solutions such that pi sine pi x staying between -pi and pi, all k pi's, well, I would say that we end up getting the 3 solutions possible. So we get pi sine pi x equaling -pi, 0, or pi. So for an instance, we get sine pi x equaling -1, 0, and 1. Okay? Now, that being said, we can actually solve this. Now, remember that the shape of this graph is just going to be the usual sine graph, I would say. If you just sketch the sine curve, if you just sketch another sine curve like this, and that becomes +2, that becomes 4, and this becomes 1, and that becomes 3. Well, imagine continuing this graph all the way up to, well, probably up to 10, right? So how many solutions such that sine pi x equaling -1? Well, we got to find out all those mounds out there. And the lowest points that we can find, of course, with lots of ... we're going to find 5 of these. So there are 5 solutions for this one. But what about for 0? Well, I would say including from 0, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and of course with lots of ... we're going to find out 11 number of solutions. So we got 11 solutions out there. And what about 1? Well, I would say we can find it in one there and another one, and we keep having all those 5 mounds in totals. So I would say we got 5 solutions out there. So if you add up all these numbers, we get 21 solutions, 21 real values of x, and that shall be the answer to this question.